Welcome back. We continue with our learning style series. We are exploring the visual learner. There are slight differences amongst visual learners. This particular video explores the visual nonverbal learner. Let's not delay. Let's take a look at some specific ways to support visual nonverbal learners. All right, so let's jump right into learning styles, understanding the visual nonverbal learner. And as indicated, we'll explore the verbal learners in a subsequent video because there are different nuances, but this video is going to focus on the nonverbal. So we'll have the importance, some of the characteristics, strategies, and benefits, and we'll close out with keys to remember. So the importance of understanding visual nonverbal, they process information through images, diagrams, patterns. It supports their stronger comprehension and memory. So by seeing it, they comprehend better, they retain the information better, and it encourages engagement and independence because if the visuals are provided, they can explore on their own rather than having to wait on the teacher to be the beholder of all information. So some of the characteristics of visual nonverbal learners: they prefer charts, maps, and graphic organizers. They notice details and patterns. Maybe they enjoy drawing, coloring, coding, and observing because these are all visual mechanisms. And they learn from demonstrations more than lectures. So don't tell me, show me. Okay, that's that visual non-verbal learner. They want to see it. They don't want to necessarily hear about it. As the old saying goes, don't speak about it, be about it. So for the visual learner, this is how they retain information best. Not the only way they can, but the best means for them retaining information. So as an instructor, educator, teacher, you want to consider certain things in regards to your lesson planning and instructional delivery. You want to avoid text-heavy instruction. Okay, so you don't need a whole bunch of text to try to explain to the visual learner. You need more, for lack of a better term, visuals, right? So you balance visuals with discussion. So you have the visuals and you allow for the conversing in regards to the specific topic. Provide organized materials. It should be organized in a manner that the visual learner can follow that flow. And ensure visuals are clear and purposeful, not just random. Okay, so we don't want to have just random visuals because those random visuals are what the visual learner is going to pay attention to, and they could get misled if you have depictions that have nothing to do with the concept. So in regards to instructional strategies for these visual learners, we have graphic organizers, anchor charts, mind maps, videos and demonstration, color coding, infographics, models, and manipulatives. And as you can see, by using some of these strategies, believe it or not, you integrate these into your regular instruction. You're addressing the visual learner, but you can see how some of these strategies could benefit non-visual students as well, right? Just by the organization of the material. So they are interchangeable, but these specifically are geared towards ensuring that visual learners have the support that they need. So what are some of the benefits? The visual learning student improves their comprehension. They retain the information better because they see it. They have increased engagement because they feel connected because it's based on their learning style. They're stronger problem solvers because now I can see how things go together. And as a result of all of that, they have greater confidence. For the teacher, you get higher participation, easier differentiation, as we talked about in one of the previous videos, by just incorporating some visuals into your existing lesson plans. Differentiation becomes simpler because I know I have to address my auditory learners, my visual learners, and so forth. Better formative assessments through visual products. So instead of having written essays, maybe you have the student do a presentation or a flow chart or what have you in regards to the specific concept. And then you have improved classroom communication. For the school, definitely have increased achievement, more inclusive classrooms. You're going to get stronger collaboration. and a more positive learning environment because now all students feel that their needs are being addressed. So some classroom examples, grade level examples. Again, interchangeable, but you can have picture schedules and diagrams at the elementary level, utilizing concept maps and science models at the middle school level, infographics, flowcharts, visual note taking at the high school level. And again, these are just suggested grade level examples. They are interchangeable depending on your population. If your elementary group is mature enough to handle infographics, creating them and utilizing them, so be it. It's just a suggested grade level, but they are interchangeable. So some keys to remember: pair words with visuals, similar to this video. Keep layouts organized, keep it simple. Don't have distracting material, because just like with the auditory person, if there's random noise, it can throw them off. With the visual person, if they're random images that have nothing to do with the concept, it can throw them off. Encourage sketching and graphic notes. Use demonstrations regularly, and blend visual and verbal instruction. As we talked about in the previous video, the blending of these instructional types allows for everyone to be addressed, and it creates an inclusive environment. It also takes away the mundane nature of just approaching visual students or just providing material for verbal instruction. You have a breaking up of the monotony, and the flow is much better in your lesson planning. Thanks. We hope that was helpful. Remember, visual learners may require varied approaches based on being verbal or nonverbal. Our next video will examine visual verbal learners. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time. We hope that was helpful.